This is the Smart Crypto Investing Podcast, episode 14. Great morning, smart crypto investors. This is the Smart Crypto Investing Podcast. Happy Monday, happy MLK Day, and all that other good jazz. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode. The podcast is growing exponentially. I mean, this is the 14th episode and on the brink of 3,000 downloads. So I really do appreciate you guys and gals for listening in. And I hope the information that I'm sharing is beneficial. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast, give it a like, leave a review, leave me an honest review, and let me know what you think. You can shoot me an email, charleskrivers@gmail.com with any questions. And we do have a private Facebook group, smartcryptoinvesting.org. Smartcryptoinvesting.org will actually take you right directly to the Facebook group. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into today's episode. So if you were listening in last week, I was trying an experiment. I actually recorded the podcast from my phone. As you guys noticed, there was no intro, there was no outro. And I think even during one of the episodes, there was like a little noise between the transition of the intro and then going into the content. So I'm going back to the one day a week show, and to be honest, I don't know why I did that 5 day a week, that episode, that daily episode. I don't know if it was beneficial for you guys. If you liked it or not, please let me know. I'll be happy to go back to that model of recording. But I'm going to jump back to the 1 day a week release schedule just to see how it fits and whatnot. Because again, I don't want to at the same time overwhelm everybody with the abundance of information out there on the cryptocurrency space, and also just not overwhelming you guys with a bunch of unnecessary information, or just to record an episode just to record it. The information that I release, I want it to be beneficial and impactful and helping you become a better crypto investor. Yes, a better crypto investor. So today I just wanted to talk about a lot of the fear that is in place when it comes to cryptocurrency, right? We hear all the time, space is not regulated. There's even some countries that look at it as illegal, and all this rhetoric is going around. But while at the same time, governments, different sectors, different industries, they understand that this is not going anywhere. Like, the only way that they can stop or even halt, I don't even think they can stop it. The only way that they'll halt cryptocurrency is by tapping into the net neutrality. If you were watching the news, I think it was the end of December, where net neutrality was taken away, which now gives internet service providers the authority to charge people extra money on top of your regular bill to access certain websites. So the government comes in and says, okay, well, and they say they're working with Comcast. They say, okay, well, let me charge you an extra $50 a month in order to go to visit Coinbase. Let me charge you an extra $100 to visit Bittrex. And that could be either flat fee, or every time you type into the search bar, you could be charged that fee. So that's the only way that I personally see them halting cryptocurrency. But other than that, they starting to realize that fiat currency, fiat money has no value. Fiat currency is dead. But yet and still, they're holding on. And of course, they're going to hold on because it's the capstone or cornerstone of the entire world economy, right? Like it's paper money is what it is. Even though there's some countries where their money is worthless, worse than ours, I would say. But still, they're still holding onto that fiat piece. So, and then there's other countries, I think Korea, China, like other countries who are looking at making this, I guess, the foundation or the cornerstone of their economy, because they realize that, hey, fiat currency has limitations. I mean, currently cryptocurrency has limitations, right? It's deregulated, decentralized. So, I mean, if there's some illegal activity going on, which I think they're actually starting to pick up on more now, but still, it's easy to send or do an illegal transaction through the blockchain because, again, it's not traceable. You can only see the transaction, right? But I think eventually that's going to come into place where it's going to stop and halt a lot of illegal activity that's going on in the cryptocurrency space, right? I mean, and then another thing that we have to look at and consider is that, hey, eventually when some of the bigger banks catch on, that we're actually going to have to realize that there's going to have to be some type of regulation on it. There's going to be some regulatory agency that comes in, and they're going to have to regulate it, and then a lot of people are going to shy away from it because it's now regulated, which was originally one of the main goals of cryptocurrency, was to deregulate it, take away the middleman, so that way there's that direct consumer to business, business to business, consumer to consumer transaction where there's no middleman that has to be involved, right? For example, with Ripple, there are certain institutions who is using Ripple's platform to perform transactions. Right, I actually read a post, and I'll post it into the Facebook group. Again, you can visit the Facebook group, smartcryptoinvesting.org. If I find a post, it was really interesting, and I'm actually still confused. So if you guys have any insight on this, please let me know. But apparently, Ripple doesn't use blockchain technology. I forgot what it was called. They use a different type of technology, which is similar to the blockchain, but it's not the blockchain technology specifically. And that was really interesting because there's a difference between Ripple, the company, and XRP, the coin, although XRP belongs to Ripple. And I got into a discussion about this, and I'm thinking, well, for me personally, I'm still trying to figure out the difference between Ripple and then the XRP, the coin itself, right? It's like the United States, and then you have the USD. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Lastly, I'll talk about a little bit about an article from CoinTelegraph, and as my listeners know, this is one of my favorite websites to visit to get caught up on what's going on in the cryptocurrency space. So, this is a blog post by Molly Zuckerman, and she talks a little bit about the Bitcoins and how 80% of all Bitcoins are already mined, which means there's only for about 4.2 million coins left until that 21 million market cap is reached. Not market cap, but the 21 million max is reached. So I'll briefly read. It's a short read, so it won't be long. It says January 13th marked an important milestone for Bitcoin when 16.8 million Bitcoins, or 80% of the entire Bitcoin supply, were mined. This means only 4.2 million Bitcoins, or 20%, are left to mine until Bitcoin's 21 million supply cap is reached. Bitcoin contains a 21 million cap built into its protocol by Satoshi Nakamoto, first mentioned in their 2008 white paper as a way to introduce digital scarcity to cryptocurrency. Excuse me, guys. With such a cap in place, the more Bitcoins are mined, the more scarcity is produced on the market. Scarcity arguably creates demand, which in turn makes the coins more valuable. Once 21 million Bitcoins have been mined, it will become even harder to obtain them, also potentially making each coin more valuable. Hint, 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 hint. Miners currently receive a 12.5 BTC reward, a Bitcoin reward, for every block that they mine. But Nakamoto's protocol also requires that the mining reward is halved every 210,000 blocks, or approximately 4 years. The next miner halving will take place within 2 years, approximately in early June 2020, depending on hash rate, bringing the rewards down to 6.25 Bitcoin per mined block. Not every digital currency is mineable like BTC. Some cryptocurrencies are created with the entire supply released all at once. in which case the total supply is either held or in circulation, and there is no way to mine or mint new coins. Some examples of non-mineable digital currencies are Ripple, IOTA, NEM, NEO, and a couple of other ones, Lisk, Stratus, Wave, and EOS. And then there's a couple of more sentences, but I'll post to it in the show notes as well, so you guys can have access to it. But I read that because, you know, when people are, especially newcomers, when people are just getting started in the cryptocurrency space, Bitcoin is usually the only one that people hear about, right? They don't know about some of the other ones, like, you know, Stellar Lumens, IOTA, Syscoin, Wings. Like, these are all different types of cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin is not the only game in the system, right? There's a ton of other coins, although Bitcoin is considered the granddaddy of them all. So when you're getting started, yes, Bitcoin is a good foundation to get started, but also make sure that you're considering other coins, doing some research, and making the best decision that you feel based off your research, which I'm actually coming out with a PDF to go over the 7 strategies that I use to develop my portfolio as well. So, again, thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. A little more unstructured as some of the other shows. And again, I'm actually recording this from my actual laptop now, as opposed to recording it from my phone. If you want to join the private Facebook group that we have, please be sure to head over to smartcryptoinvesting.org. There's a three questions that you have to ask in order to be accepted into the group. The group is fairly new, so when you do join, you may not see a lot of content, but as the months come on, I will be posting more content, holding webinars and everything to try and teach people how to get started with cryptocurrency. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast. Please be sure to leave me an honest rating and review. And until next episode, peace.